Dressed in blues with a laugh in my eye. Shades of wonder got me on a high. We spin stories in purple and gold. Girls got colors nobody can hold. We mix it up, we make it new. Splashy and bold, that's how we do. Running on fun, we won't slow down. Paint the town, turn it upside down. Rush out my favorite traffic jam. Color like a fool, yeah, you know who I am. Dreams on the canvas, magic in my head. Painting out loud, I don't care where I live. Like a fool, splashing wild, breaking the rules. Like a fool, like a fool, like a fool. Every line, every you. Welcome to the dream team, the brush out.
What in the world? What?
Our ship disappeared. Joe!
Joe! Joe, bring back the ship! What are you doing?
It's too much.
I thought you guys were on board, and I had.
Did you see our names? This is the worst group of pirates.
Did you hear us calling any commands?
Nope.
You
I
didn't
was like,
see us
I
on
am
board.
going to commandeer. I decided to commandeer the boat.
Man, first we lost them, now like Joe's abandoning us. Tabitha, where did we find this crew?
They're in materials or something.
Joe, are you still on this ship?
Yes, I am. I am straightening out. Oh, you're here!
Yeah, we're
Get
here.
here. How'd you guys get here?
I found
The
a
mermaid brought us here.
Oh,
And they're still just shooting at us.
Is it really?
I hear shots. Am I crazy?
No, I definitely heard something.
It gives me the option to rejoin the previous session.
Oh, right over there. Is that not a ship over there? Oh, it's like a congregation ship.
Oh, I am overboard.
Wait, what? Why?
Oh, the ship's on fire! The ship's on fire!
Why?
The ship is on fire because nobody sails without the entire crew. So Joe, have
And
fun.
There's massive holes in the boat, guys.
Oh no!
You steal the ship, you
Okay.
suffer the consequences. Good morning, or is it? We'll find out. So I was having some tech issues, and I told Nomi, I'm like, I need a second to breathe because nothing takes my Christianity away like tech problems. I go from 0 to 100 on the anger level.
Well, no, it really takes her Christianity away is her not being prompt as a German.
Yeah, no, it really does bother me. Like when I literally set the clock 10 minutes later, right? Like 10 minutes after, because I was like, maybe I just needed extra 10 minutes for whatever else that I needed to accomplish this morning. I've been up since 4 o'clock. That doesn't help
Ooh.
either. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. It's freezing cold. It was 39 this morning.
That's not terrible, but
That's
cool. Yeah.
cold, okay? And I don't like that. I don't like it. And the world was against me today. I feel like, is this what normal people feel like when it comes to Mondays? You know, I'm a Monday kind of person, but today. Anyway, so just to clear things up, it's not that my iPad stopped working. It was just the easiest way for me to explain my lateness. I have a third-party app on my computer since I don't have an Apple computer that links my iPad so that it can translate the screen onto the computer, and it wouldn't work for no reason. Just no reason. I still don't know why it wasn't working to this day. It happens every now and then. I might just need to look for a better one. This one's nice. It's simple. It's easy, whatever. But just like maybe 3 times out of the year without reason. And I check my email to see if my subscription's up or whatever the case might be. And it just like, it won't. So I restarted the computer, restarted the iPad. It didn't matter. I had to reinstall the program that I already have. So I don't know. Maybe I need to look for a better option. But anyway, we're here. It's time for the brush hour segment, and we're already behind. We're already behind. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
I can believe it too. So we'll get to the chat here in just a second, but we want to try to get things rolling. Some of you might be a little confused as to who is Chopper. And actually, let me remove this and showcase to you who Chopper is, because you'll notice that if you're, subscribed to the channel or you just passed by, on a whim, that there was a poll out of what franchise should I Chibify, right? And then for members only, after regular people, the common people, after they all voted, what franchise, and it was between Marvel, DC, One Piece, I think it was. I think it was just those three options. One Piece won by a landslide. Everybody wanted One Piece. So then for members only, I gave them a poll of which character should I draw. And so the votes were out. Chopper! Now, if you don't know who Chopper is, as I didn't know unless there was the trailer for One Piece, Chopper's this little dude right here. He's kind of like this cute little deer person. I don't really know anything about Chopper. We'll have to find out. But I thought he'd be really cute to draw, to give him a try, because as some of you may know, I primarily do chibis on this channel, and doing things that are not human is very difficult for me. We saw how I was on the struggle bus trying to accomplish the impossible by drawing a transformer. I tried doing that again the other day, and I was not happy because it was difficult and it's still not good. So, it's a work in progress. We're working on it. We'll see how he's a reindeer. Yeah, I saw he has he's kind of like a Pokemon. He's got different forms. Not that he really evolves into them, but those are his superpower or something like that. So, do you know anything about Chopper, Nomi? Are you a One Piece aficionado?
I am not. But isn't he a doctor, a healer or something in the show or in the manga?
That's interesting because he does have the white X up there, which
yeah,
it doesn't necessarily. It could be a Band-Aid. He's got a backpack. I don't know. Maybe
or it's for fashion.
It could be purely for the fashion. Maybe the chat will let us know. But good morning around the kick side. Elijah, Basket City says, hail Tabitha and Nomi. Larry Knight over there. Maria trying to accept the challenge. It might be a little more difficult now, Maria, since I'm very behind, but we're going to try. We're going to try our best. As you can see, I've got a blank canvas here, so we're going to go quickly at it. You're not able to highlight things, but Nomi, would you care to read the chat? Just say good morning and just be like, yeah, it's you.
Yeah, I could totally.
Okay. All right, that's Nomi's job for today while I try to draw.
Well, here we go. Chat, I will entertain you while our dearest Tabitha locks in her focus for drawing Chopper. So we cannot disturb the artist, because disturbing the artist means no true passionate art. You gotta let the juices flow in, the creative juices flow in. So yes, we got Maria. She says, can you? I'll be lurking, but no pressure.
Yeah,
there's always pressure. She says, good morning with the little emotes.
Oh.
Larry, good morning. Always nice to see you, Larry. Sorry, man, I got hiccups all of a sudden.
Don't let it move your bump.
No. Okay, I think that's past me now.
Okay, good. You're no longer a hunchback.
I woke up yesterday without the pain. I was like, okay, cool. I noticed it a little bit before I was going to bed. I was like, okay, good thing I'm going to bed so I can ignore the pain. Unless the pain starts increasing and then it keeps me up. But it didn't, so I woke up pretty good.
Nice.
Let's see, Spider Unlimited, and then Larry the Iodot, Patrick McCarty. Hello, nice to see you.
It's the okay, not just any old Patrick, but it's the.
Focus on your drawing.
Sorry. She's yelling.
And I'll take the anger out of you onto you. So I'll take your anger and still put it on you. But yeah, we got Mando, Icanalus, man, it's so lovely. Oh, and Alasia's in the chat. Nice to see you all the time, Alasia. Yeah. So Larry Knight says yes, he is a reindeer. The Patrick McCarty says Warren Beast sei so früh aufgestanden.
Are you having a stroke? Are you okay? What are you talking? What are you saying?
I'm German. It's too far away. I need to bring it closer.
Oh, okay.
Warren Beast sei so full aufgestanden.
Sorry.
See,
I
I
went
was making-
Swedish really fast. Like,
Solid.
sorry. You
Oh,
gotta be
I
more when
wasn't.
you're doing.
I wasn't. Oh, go ahead.
When you're doing German, you got to be more aggressive. You can't be. It can't be sing-songy. Okay. There's no
Warren
sing-song.
Beast sei full.
You know, honestly, yes. I mean, I know we're joking, but yeah, that sounded a lot more in the. I don't know the words.
Genuine.
Not genuine. I don't know the words for
depth?
like I don't know if it's like inflection, cadence, whatever the words are. But yeah, like German's not a sing-songy
Melody.
accent. The way that
Melody.
like Swedish or perhaps even Dutch, they kind of the Swedish chef. I know it's kind of a joke with the Swedish chef, but there is a nuance of truth to that where whereas with German, there's no sing-songy. So honestly, when you said that more aggressive, the accent was slightly better.
Okay. Even Alicia's like, yeah, that was too soft for German.
Yeah. There's a reason why people say that when Germans are talking to each other, it sounds like they're barking at one another. It's true. They could be expressing their love for you, and it still kind of sounds aggressive.
Mando and Shane says, read it like a Rammstein song. Okay.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know who Rammstein is? It's a very popular heavy, I wouldn't say heavy metal, but like industrial band. It's like like they have flames.
Calm down. Nobody speaks the language of Mordor in this chat, okay?
Yeah. Beast. I was like, I don't know the lyrics. I've heard their songs, but they're very angry. And even I think their lyrics are a little angry.
They're not angry. They're just German.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay, let's see if I can try to say this without being kindly aggressive. Warren Beast sei für aufgestanden.
I need to try to find where you're at. Where is this?
It's from the Patrick McCarthy. 4 a.m.
I need to be able to. I need to learn how to get you to be able to highlight stuff. I don't know where this is.
You make me an admin on your StreamYard.
I'll have to work on that.
And then Real Steven TV says, "Morning, Nomi and Tabitha, and I Tabitha." Aloha.
Oh, and over on the kick side, Larry celebrates subscription for 11 months, and I think it was somebody else that was celebrated. Yeah, Wiley Dave for 20 months.
Whoa.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, good try, Nomi. Good try. I still have no idea what you said, but the pronunciation. Now, the other thing is too, I think it depends on maybe the region, but like most of the time, Germans don't roll their L's. Like if they start doing something like that, from my experience, it's like they're like foreigners that come into Germany that are like from the Balkans or something like that. It's like a further south eastern gross accent.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's really, really weird. I one time I remember my aunt when she was dating this guy who had a dojo, and there was this kid that came in and he was trying to talk to me. Now, to be fair, I didn't really understand everything that he was saying, but because I have grown up with such German influence in my life, when he was talking, I'm like, his accent is weird. Weird, man. Weird. And that's when my mom told me that, yeah, the family came from, those people, that are coming from, like Bulgaria and all this kind of stuff. Ugh, disgusting. I'm just kidding, though. If you're from Bulgaria, we're just joking around, German and their love for foreigners.
She doesn't mean to offend, but she meant to offend.
Yeah. I was just speaking in German. Sorry. Anyway. All right. So we've got a face. Does this look like Chopper?
It's something. It's working on it.
It's weird because he's got this giant hat where his ears and these antlers are coming out of, and I'm like, do I draw his hat first and then just stick the antlers and the ears on? But I think we're gonna have to try to stick with the whole anatomy 101 lesson where you draw all the stuff for the body and everything first and then go it. Now we're doing something a little different today where I'm going to try to draw up close and personal instead of typical like whole body kind of situation. I thought maybe that would make it easier, but we'll see. We'll see. Have you been working on your picture of us?
I have been working on it because
Mm.
I've been spending all these times on my bed recovering.
Yes, yes.
And I
Well,
was like,
good.
oh, I could totally do this. So I've done it here and there until I pass out and have my little medicated needed nap.
Yeah, the doctor prescribed.
Yes. So yeah, slowly but surely. And finally, I'm finishing your hair and your little details.
Make it
And then
luscious,
now,
make it shiny. Oh, his ear goes down a little bit.
and then you said not to change our outfits because
We look
'cause
so
I put-
classy.
I put on dresses. So now I need to figure out like, okay, how am I going to style our dresses?
Oh, fancy.
That's a good, isn't that a good question? It's like, okay, fancy dresses, but how? Like, what do I add on to it?
Well, a lot of times you just have the simple dress and then you just accentuate with the accessories, So give us some tiaras, because we're classy. We're the children of the, the king.
Oh,
And,
you're just adding the lure to how Moss comes into this. I like it. Okay, I know how to make
Speaking of which, we need to have a conversation excuse me, about our tabletop theme with
Ooh.
Mouse,
with Mossy Doodle. Yeah, no, and he said, yeah, I want to do it. It's like, yay.
He said, yeah. Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm looking at this picture and his ear is like sticking out way over here because he has a hat right here, but that doesn't make any sense. We would not be seeing this ear. But you know what? Anatomy doesn't matter in anime, right? Especially if it's One Piece with the stretchiness and the whatever.
Yeah, because anime manga doesn't really make sense anyway.
Nomi in German is making my morning. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad I can make anyone's morning.
I'm not saying I got German down pat, but I can tell when something's off. That's sound is hey 40 Viking. Hello. Welcome in.
And then
Mountain Mutt.
Mutt's here.
See, Mountain Mutt, I'm not doing the cringy cute thing anymore. I'm giving you the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Chopper, I think he's looking pretty decent. We'll add the other ear later because that one is not anatomically correctly attached to his head. So I need the hat in order to know where to put the ear. So we'll figure that out. But I do kind of think that it's almost like I need to. This is a very strange character, and I'm trying to realize that I'm not trying to copy this exactly. I need to make it my own, but it's kind of hard being the first time I've ever tried to draw him. He already has a chibi likeness anyway, so try to put my own spin on something that already kind of is a chibi is a little difficult, but we're gonna figure it out. He looks like a sad deer right now, but he has a very intense face in this picture, so we'll just see. I know his eyes are on. This is our rough sketch, so it is. So how is adding if I may ask, if I'm allowed to ask, how is adding jewelry intensifying the lore of you and I?
Oh, the jewelry? Not because like it's difficult. It's more of like, oh, how should I dress us?
Oh, okay.
It's more of that, like, what's Tabitha's style? Like, what's my, like, I already know my style. I think I have an idea, but I just kind of want to toy around with different, I guess I could say outfits, but like different articles of clothing or like dresses, obviously. So yeah, so it's more of like the imaginative state, like what will look best on me and what will look best on Tabitha. So I broke it down into category, obviously category Tabitha and category Nomi. So does Tabitha look good with pearls or diamonds or earrings or finger or like rings? So yeah, and I've seen you in real life with bracelets and all. So and then Moss is in the chat.
Yes, and Lieutenant something Giratina.
Giratina.
Giratina, sorry.
He's a Pokemon. But yes, Moss is in the chat. How was your cinematic adventures this weekend, Moss? You saw Lord of the Rings extended cut.
Oh, 'twere glorious. I saw Two Towers as well.
I debated to go live to play Lord of the Rings. And I thought, no, Tabitha and Moss would want to watch me play so they can get mad at me that I can't do this well.
Okay, so when I was watching The Two Towers, number one, if you've been a fan like I have been, and clearly Moss has been for years and years, and you've played the games and all that stuff, it's so funny how Moss, did you have this experience in the Fellowship as well in Two Towers where you knew exactly where the cutscenes were for the game that Nomi's playing? Because I automatically, my brain was waiting for it to turn into CGI gaming experience because I've seen that scene so many times with that transition. It was even in the Fellowship of the Ring. I looked at Dr. Rachel and I knew exactly the moment when you were supposed to put disc 2 in. I looked at her and I'm like, disc 2. She's like, that's right. It's so funny. And so I was thinking about you, Nomi, while I was watching the movie, and then Helm's Deep's going on, and I'm just like, Nomi, kick down the ladders, take out the guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what a great experience. What a great. Ikana says lauter Klingen, louder noises. Is that what you're saying? Is that how that
Lotta
translates?
Kleigen.
Lauter Klingen. Fun fact, I don't know if you know this, Nomi, but on your journey, apparently, of learning and talking and speaking in the German folklore language, if a word ends in an E, it sounds like a soft A.
God.
That's
Ah.
the rule.
Mm.
Lauter. Actually, in German, E, when you go through the ABCD, the alphabet, E is pronounced A.
Eh.
Like E is A.
Yeah.
And when you see, like here, when you, this is, you're probably going to forget all of this, but when you see IE or EI, the sound changes. So if you have an I in front of an E, it has the E sound. It's not the I sound.
Mm-hmm. Eh.
Uh,
Latte.
Klingen. And then if you have it the other way around, like if it's not a word, but if you would have the E in front of the I, then you would pronounce the I like a hard I.
Hmm.
That's just always how I remember that. So like when you see somebody with the last name of like Goldstein, it'll be Stien.
Fine.
Just,
Yeah. Yeah. No. I'm glad that you're teaching me this because what was it last night? I was doom scrolling on the Instagram and I don't know why, but like my algorithm's like, this is how you speak German. Like I'll teach you the alphabets and the articles and all this stuff. Like, oh, okay. So I know there's like tons of ways you can say the. It's die.
No.
Die,
D.
D.
Because it's D-I-E. So it's E.
D.
Yeah.
And then das, and then this.
Der die das.
Dirty das. So yeah.
Yeah. It's I know, die, it's so funny. It's like, oh, well, there you go. But yeah, no, in Auf Deutsch, it's D. All right. I'm trying to draw a hoof hand. This will be fun. And he's got a little thumb. This looks weird. Never dared you. I know I went back and listened to some like children, like going through the alphabet again, getting the alphabet refresher. And then I found this little playlist where they take, the first letter and they associate it with a word. So you're like learning, and they go through like 5 different words of whatever it is. And some of the stuff I'm like, oh, I know what that is. And the other ones I'm like, oh, I did not know. And some stuff I should have known, kind of like in Lord of the Rings, and some things that should not have been forgotten were lost. Like I came up to a train and I'm like, I should know this. Like I should know this. And I was struggling. And then they say Eisenbahn. And I'm like, yeah, I feel ashamed. I should have totally known that. But here we are, not knowing Eisenbahn. But hey, now I know.
Yep.
My favorite is squirrel. Do you know what a squirrel is? It's a rough one.
Oh my gosh, I saw the word the other day.
It's a
word. Yeah, it's an E sound beginning.
Well, it's an I sound.
I
know it's confusing.
And then isn't there like a uba, like the U
An
with the two
umlaut? No, I don't know
umlaut?
how to. I don't know how to spell it. It's I shin shin. That one
Okay.
you have to
Yeah.
develop some muscles for. Like I have to say it slowly. I can't just say I. Well, maybe I can. I shin shin. Like, I shin shin. It's a. There's a whole set of muscle group here that is underdeveloped in order to speak proper German.
Einshin.
I shin shin.
Einshin.
I shin. There's also a little bit of a thing back here. I shin shin.
I
It's
I know like scrambled eggs is ruai.
I mean, I know, I is egg. I don't know about the other
Ruai.
one. I is egg.
Yeah. Ru.
Überraschung. They have
Ruai.
like that's why they have like it's funny because they mix so much English with their own language. So you have like the eggs, which is just shortening for surprise egg. The Überraschung. They're illegal now in Germany or in America. Sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Mo.
No.
Yeah, exactly, Alasia. You always think the game's going to start at a certain. It's like Boromir's shield. I just automatically imagine it going into the into the CG force. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
It's hard out here, guys.
So yeah, the Patrick, this is all true, but sometimes they're interchangeable. Not all the time, but there are some things. And then here in English, it's like I think a table is feminine, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like, why is the table feminine? Why would it need the feminine article? And that's the thing that I struggle with the most with any foreign language is the gender articles assigned to certain inanimate objects, right? And now my German family told me that a lot of the rules of the game have changed. Like they don't, what was it called? The little S, like the symbol, I forgot what it's called. The symbol that meant it was a double S, but it kind of looks like a fancy B. I forget what that's called. Like people hardly use it anymore. Like the newer generations aren't using that. And even with the Der die Das, it's kind of getting watered down to where Germans are okay if you just neutralize everything into just der, which kind of sucks because it makes it easier for English, like American speaking people, but because we're just like what is so hard about having one why?
Yeah.
Why we need options? Why? We don't need options. Look, we're for capitalism and everything, but why do we need options when it comes to the language, But apparently it's being watered down considerably. Of course, you get a lot of, which is interesting because you have like a lot of foreigners coming in, but most languages in the world, I think English, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think English might be the only language in the world that has like is a gender neutral language for the most part.
Yeah, table, because the same thing as in Spanish. Table in Spanish is gendered. It's female. So it's mesa.
Yeah. See, and I don't have time for that. I believe in gender equality in my language. Okay, America. Yeah. See, Moss, this is the thing though, Moss. Yes, then we have to associate little lore, little stories for the articles in the different languages to associate with the nouns because it doesn't make any sense. There's no reason a table needs to be feminine. But that's, that should be my hot take for tomorrow. But, what are you going to do? But although German gives me hives, I don't like that Europe seems to be abandoning. Yeah. It's, you're going to see it in like 50 years, all that stuff, the whole universal world, because we're mixing with, and look, this is a reality. It's not saying I'm against it. It's just saying that it's a reality. The more that we keep, intermixing races and ethnicities and everything like that, you're watering down cultures. That's just what it is. I mean, again, I'm half German, half American. And so even though I practice a lot of German traditions, they're still watered down and or Americanized because that's just what it is. You can't not have that, right? You can't not have that. It's just, it is what it is. You start seeing more, I'm going to use it. Nomi, don't get offended. You have more people of color, in these normally, traditionally, Caucasian and or white cultures. And so it's just going to happen. You're going to bring your culture in there, even if you assimilate, You know, I have lots of friends that are from foreign countries that come to America and they assimilate into the American culture, but they're still strongly whatever they came from. Now it's funny because if they go back to where they came from, they always say that their family looks at them and says, "You're so American." But to the average American, they're so whatever country they came from. So you see, it just kind of gets watered down in the mixture, and that's going to just keep on happening and more and more. It's what we're coming, you know. Just we're like reversing, you know, we're gonna go back to the Tower of Babel and before that, you know. It just is what it is. Although if you believe in Firefly, we're all gonna be speaking Chinese and English in the future. So whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe you should start working on that. All right. Nomi, take over. I gotta draw.
She got a roll. Okay. So I don't know if you saw this, but this is breaking news. Congress moves to make daylight savings time permanent. So
Really?
no more.
It's a Christmas miracle.
No more fall back and spring forward.
Oh, does anybody enjoy daylight savings time?
No.
Chat, Nomi, anybody?
No, I don't.
No.
Hello,
the only time
reviews.
I like it is when I fall back, so I foolishly am under the illusion that I'm gaining an hour, but you know.
Yeah. So starting March 8th, clocks to spring forward despite efforts to make daylight savings time permanent. How soon do clocks spring forward this year? The earliest possible date is March 8th. So it is national law. Clocks change the second Sunday of March. Oh my God, which is March 8th.
The fact that it's a law.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were saying.
No, that's as much as information I got. But yes, Congress moves. So it's just they're moving it to make it permanent. So I don't know if it's like in effect, but that's I guess the proposal.
They're in the proposal phase.
Yeah.
She hasn't said yes yet.
He hasn't said yes. The Dawn has not said yes yet.
The Dawn, I have a feeling the Dawn will say yes to that dress.
Yeah, he's like
because he'd been talking about it previously.
He's like daylight savings, fake news. It's fake news. Nobody needs to rely on that anymore. It misses everybody.
You sound more like the woman from Devil's Wears Prada.
Me? Okay. Fake news. Fake news. No, everybody doesn't like daylight savings. Oh no, that was awful. I'll have to find a way.
You know, Joe does a great The Dawn, great Trump
daddy.
He does a good.
I know, Moss. Congress doing something? Balderdash.
I know, Moss. Don't get too attached to this idea. It could all, like Nomi said, it could all be just fake news.
A lot of hoopla.
You know, that's how they do. They get our hearts all stirred up, and then they just don't fulfill. You know,
hoopla. Moss, you might know what that means. Hoopla. Dook. Okay, what I was saying. So that it's a SpongeBob episode that I'm referring to.
Yeah,
I appreciate my friendship with Moss. I mean,
wow,
Moss can steal me away from you, Tabitha, but he cannot be you. That's the thing.
I mean, that's true. My chromosomes, you know, can verify
very much. but I like that Moss he grew up on SpongeBob like me, so. Any SpongeBob references, like, we'll go off on it. It's like, yeah, saw all that. So,
yeah, you just guys sound like really weird to me whenever you're doing
that. Stretching, sorry.
Thought you were making weird noises at me. I'm like, mature.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I hope I'm not getting sick because I've kind of developed this cough overnight when I was sleeping. I just remember sleeping. I just remember like sleeping soundly as like, oh, little lovely sleeps, and then a little. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just ignore it. And then it started progressing through the night, like. Your face! Oh my god, your face!
I didn't even realize I was doing anything. Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so that's how progressed my my little cough is. But I think more water, maybe some tea that I'll make in a few after this.
Loosen it up.
Well, yeah, I'll feel a little better. And thankfully I have local honey to help me with that.
Let's see what we can do here. That looks ridiculous. Hats are hard, bruh. Let's see. I mean, that kind of. He's got like this bumblebee head thing, like it's like a beehive.
Yeah, it's like a giant inflated balloon hat type of thing.
Yeah, let's see if I can do this real quickly. And then I'm going to take this, see if we can. Might have to shrinky dinky. Maybe his hat won't be as big. I don't know. Of course, that's kind of the whole point. I think it's because the anatomy is throwing me off because the ear, I might have to redo the ear like on a later note because in order to make this hat like as near bulbous as it needs to be, his ear needs to kind of shift, I think. So, yeah. Here we are. Because this kind of it also it needs to be, I think, it distorted a little bit. Let's see. It's weird. Okay, so then
It's a weird.
we'll try that, and then maybe we'll make this bigger too. So here we are. All right. Well, we're doing it, chat. We're doing it. Look, we're doing it. We got stuff happening. I just might need to maybe do this.
Wasp is in the chat. She says, "Hi, y'all, lurking and watching."
Nice. Thank you for being here, Wasp. Hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, Herbergerben. You had a great weekend. Let's see. Okay, so that's the other thing too. I think I have the ear. Ironically, I have the ear too attached to the head, and it's actually coming out of. There's like these little, like a little hole in the side of the hat. So maybe that's what's also be throwing me off here. By the way, like I saw, so if you guys don't know, if you want to see some artwork that some folks in the chat have been working on themselves, Nomi, you're free to do this too because Patreon is free. For the Artist Alley, you can share your artwork with other people, and it's just a safe place to showcase your art and stuff like that. Wasp did some fan art of me, like while we were streaming. You want to go see that? You can totally do that. Over there on the Patreon, should be in the link in the description. Thank you to all the regular supporters that are out there. You'll be getting some videos this week. That's what I'm going to be doing after brush hour. I've got some commissions. I've got some business emails. I've got videos to make. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a busy day. So, Nomi, if you want to make my stuff for me, that'd be great.
I mean, I'm not good like you yet, so but
your picture's really good. What's interesting is that people have a habit of doing really well on one project and having no idea how they did it. And then they try to do it again and it kind of looks like crap, if you will. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but more of like, it's just unrefined, it's unfinished. And you'll look back at your other art pieces and you'll think to yourself, how was I able to create that amazing art piece before and I can't do it now? Like, what happened? I don't know if you've ever felt that way, Nomi, when you create an art piece, because I've seen some of your other artwork and there's nothing wrong with it. But like you were saying, like I'm an artist, I do this every day. So it's not surprising when I can make really good artwork on the regular. But have you ever found it where you're like, I created something amazing, and then the next time you go to draw, you're like, what happened?
What happened?
where did the magic go? Because I had that experience when I was talking to Dr. Rachel about that this weekend. We were exchanging the knowledge, right? And she asked me, is there a commission piece? She asked me, is there a commission piece that you've ever done that you're extremely proud of? Like, what's the one piece that you're the most proud of? And I told her, ironically, it was when I first started painting. And my mom commissioned me to do this ginormous piece. It's actually one of my older YouTube videos. If you go back and you'll see, I was doing pour art, where you fill a vessel and you pour it over and let the chips fall where they will. She hired me to do like a meadow scene where it had the sky, it had grass, and then she wanted a field of poppy flowers that were really close up and then they kind of scattered back. And I told her, I said, I had no idea what I was doing. It was all trial and error. And I didn't have any professional teachings. I hadn't even been studying YouTube that long to know how to paint. I had painted growing up. My mom taught me a lot of the ins and outs, but overall to create a piece like that, I look at it today and I'm like, how did I paint this? I had no idea what I was doing. And then I'll try to like paint some other stuff as I was going on in my journey. And I'm like, this sucks. What happened? How in the world? No joke. The first commissioned painting I'd ever gotten when I first started painting. And like I said, I just started out on my own. I just decided to start painting. I sold the first painting I ever made after I quit my job. I sold the very first painting. It was a minion painting with the moon and they were holding up a banana and it looked amazing. And again, I don't know how I did that. And then I tried to make a Legend of Zelda one and it looked atrocious. It was awful. I still sold it, thank God, but it was awful. Really, it was awful. And then my aunt commissioned me to do a turtle. And normally when you paint something, you sketch out your idea first so you know where things are going to go. It makes life a lot easier if you sketch before you paint. It makes life so much easier. I didn't do that. I literally just painted the sketch and then just filled the colors in as I went. And to this day, I look at the skills that I used in the painting, and there's this one particular spot. It's the fin. I actually made it curl so it looked like the turtle was in movement. The colors are all vibrant. I look at this, I'm like, how did I do that? I had no idea what I was doing, but it turned out amazing. Have you ever had a moment like that?
Like a trance, you're like, whoa, what happened? I don't remember doing that, but cool, I did it.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. Because you do it but you don't have any knowledge of it. It just kind of came to pass. I use my skills that I've learned for coloring and composition and all this stuff. This was just me going at it and just letting the chipmunks fall where they will. I'm just curious if you've ever had a moment like that yourself.
Probably when I was maybe back in like my homeschool days when I'm like creative and sewing and stuff. Like, oh, okay, I guess that works. Especially with crocheting. Crocheting will do that to me. I was like, oh, this works. I will allow it.
I'll allow that.
I'll allow it. Wait, why is this not working? Sorry, I'm also drawing as well. So I'm just like, what's happening?
Problem. Oh, I think I fixed one of the problems I was having with Chopper is that his face was too narrow. Okay. Chopper's already a chibi. Yeah, I know he kind of is, but we're gonna tabify him, I guess. We're gonna see what happens when I, a chibi artist, attempt to redraw somebody else's chibi, and just see where my particular skill set, my particular talents, my particular style comes into play. Mo, you're in the chat. Have you ever had a moment like that where you just create something and it takes your breath away and you're like, I have no idea how I did that? Tabitha gave up her job as a bounty hunter to become an artist on YouTube. It was safer this way.
It was safer.
And I changed my name to Dreaming Tabitha instead of just Tabitha, so it'd make it harder to find me.
No, why can't I match your hair anymore? Okay, so I'm going to do this.
I can't. As fun fact, when I say let the chipmunks fall where they may, it's actually from a children's book. Highly recommend Hank the Cowdog series. It is a fun adventure, even honestly, for adults. It's a great road trip audiobook. And actually, there's like 100+ books of the Adventures of Hank the Cowdog. They were written by an actual rancher. And it's the funnest adventure. And you've got the buzzards and you've got the cows and they all have their own little personalities. It's a very, I'm going to tell you, it is a very manly, boy friendly, inspired series. It came out years ago, probably over 20 years ago. Hank the Cowdog. If you have little boys or young boys in your life, like family members or friends or whatever like that, and they enjoy reading or they're not sure about reading because they just haven't found a good adventure book, highly recommend Hank the Cowdog series. Super fun, great audiobooks, like I said, but they're also good books. And they're not very big. They're just little adventure stories. And it's just life on a ranch out in Texas. And the main dog, Hank, he thinks that he's the head of security, which he is. He's the head of security for the ranch. And he thinks he's a lot smarter than he is. And so you'll have some of the dumb characters around him, if you will, the dumber characters like Drover. He's the other ranch dog, but he's kind of a coward, but he's a lot more clever than Hank is. Hank has courage for days, but he doesn't really have the smarts, but he's very assertive, very, very, very proud of his achievements, and they just get exaggerated. It's so fun. And they go out, and he's got a lot of courage, like I said, and he will go out and he will face the coyotes, and he will try to make sure the kids on the ranch stay safe, and all these good stuff. They're so fun. Highly recommend Hank the Cow Dog. Yeah, there you go. Okay, they're older than I thought they were. Okay. Hank the Cow Dog was first published in 1983. Hank the Cow Dog. What book is this? Hank the Cow.
Hank
This
the
is-
Cow Dog.
Yeah, exactly. What this is from One Piece, but the series that I'm talking about, let me see. And the author reads the books, and he does all the voices and everything. Oh, it's hilarious. And he's got that real drawl, that, cowboy ranch drawl. It's so good. Hank would actually make a really good movie, but I think it's too masculine for today's standards, to be honest. This is like the perfect, I mean, girls love it too, but this is like the perfect adventure series for boys. Let me see if I can find, here we go. The original adventures. Let me remove this really quickly. Stop the screen. Stop the screen! Hank the Cow Dog. Here we go. Hank the Cow Dog series. The original adventures of Hank the Cow Dog. I love the artwork for this too. It's just, it looks so rough and tumble. It looks like maybe they tried to reimagine the thing, or a podcast. What is it? How beloved Hank the Cow Dog book became a podcast starring Matthew McConaughey. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna check that out. Does Matthew McConaughey read this now? I am going to have to check that out, because he would have the perfect voice on top of the author for Hank the Cow Dog. I didn't know. I've got to check this out. Some of these books are my absolute favorite. I can't remember all of the different ones, but Fated Love, that was a good one. Oh my gosh, I can't speak enough praise for this series. There it is. The Case of the Deadly Ha-Ha Game. I love these books. The Case of the Poisoned Toad. I'm telling you. And that way, if you have a kid that loves to read, like I said, I think there's like over 100 books in this series. So have fun. Totally worth your time. 100%. Like I said, even as an adult, we would listen to it. My family and I, when we were still living at home, my brother and I, because we were into our 20s when we were still living at home. We would do road trips, my mom and stuff like that. And we're just driving to church for a long ways. We would listen to Hank the Cow Dog, and we would just laugh and laugh and laugh. They
Sounds
take
like
your
a
breath away. Sorry.
Sounds like a rip snorting good time with Hank the Cow Dog.
Hank, I think you would like it, being from Texas yourself.
Yeah.
Phil says, can I ask your permission to use Grok to create a bounty hunter, Tabitha? I would prefer not. I would really prefer not. I don't really want people to take my picture and turn me into something. Like, I don't know. There's kind of this ick factor. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just too much of a prude, but I don't know.
No, you can't have it there.
Yeah. There's just something about somebody taking my picture and then the like AI trying to create a likeness of me doing something that I never did. I don't know. I'm a little old fashioned around here. I know other people do that, and thank you. Number one, thank you so much for asking. I respect you. Thank you for asking. But please don't.
Yeah.
Please clap.
Please.
If you would like to draw me as a bounty hunter, that would be a whole other thing.
So don't use Grok as a tool to help your drawings. guys. It's basically cheating. And then Tabitha told me this, and I did not know this, and I'm glad she did. So I'm like, oh, I'll stay away from it. That if you use the or the X AI to help you with your artwork, if you upload artwork for Grok to use, it is going to store it and use it against you, and other artists can work on the work that you've submitted. So essentially, someone is stealing your artwork, and I think that's not great.
Oh,
See,
okay.
Phil.
Yeah. It's just
So
because so where for me, I don't know about you, Nomi, where the ick factor is with people creating likenesses of me with AI is that it's like a fantasy,
yes.
right? I know that I'm not saying that you're doing that, Phil. I'm just saying for me personally, when it's like somebody is using AI to make pictures of me doing things that I never did, and especially because they're photorealistic. There's slightly a difference if it kinda looks like a cartoon, but because we live in such a degenerate society where a lot of guys are taking pictures of women and making them do things that either they never consented to or things that they would never do or whatever, there is something I don't know, there's something about that hurts my soul, I'll be honest with you, that hurts me down to my core when I see people taking pictures of women, even if it's not sexual in nature. Um, I don't know. It just somebody did something of me one time, and it was nothing necessary. It wasn't anything wrong, but there was just something about it that when I saw a picture of me, which it wasn't, but a picture of me doing something that I didn't do that looked fairly similar to who I was as a person, um, it kind of hurt.
Yeah.
It kind of hurt. I felt gross. I felt taken advantage of because this is just another tool that used improperly indulges people's fantasy in a godless way.
Mhm.
And I would prefer not to be anywhere near that. Using me and making a picture of me as a bounty hunter is not inherently evil. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. But the fact that it could look like it could look exactly like me, there's something about that like I'm not even joking, it hurts my soul. Like there feels like this loss of innocence, like somebody robbed me of something. And so if you want to post a picture like you drew me, there's something different about a person drawing you versus the computer generated because like the proportions are off and then people start to get weird. And the other thing is too, like you don't know if they're going to prompt you to be like, Grok, could you make her chest just a little bit bigger? Could you make her a little prettier? Could you do that? There's something I don't know for me. So Mo, you could go ahead and turn Mo into a big-breasted, bounty hunter. He has no morals, is what he
You
just
can go
did.
ahead and make him a big booty Latina. He
Yeah.
would actually appreciate that. But
No,
also, Mo, I'll go ahead.
Oh, I'm not saying you're being disturbing, Phil. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying you are a horrible person. I'm not saying you have broken my soul into 3 pieces and distributed them like Horcruxes. Um, I don't really want to be a part of that fad. I don't want to be a part of that fad. I don't know if I should say that. I prefer not, but I could be more lenient if it's cartoon. When it's photorealist, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's why from now on, you'll see me, if I do post a picture, something will be over my face. So that way, if somebody does create my likeness, it will never look like me. We're not doing that. It's really sad that that's what it's come to. I don't want to be a part of that. Yeah, Alasia, exactly. It's people. The thing is, there are people that are using things like Grok and whatever. Like the first lady said, as a tool and to each their own morals and scruples and their standards. It's fine. I get it. Like, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I've said it before. It's not like I've never used AI before. The thing is, we've been using AI since like the late 90s. If you've been and we just didn't label it as that. If you've been using grammar check in Word, you've been using AI. So, you know, it's one of those kind of things. Where do you want to find your nuances? So, you know, I've seen the AI images of people like with the Geeks and Gamers crowd and lots of others, and they're so fun. I totally get that, but for me, I don't want to be out there doing that. And I'm just, it's just not for me. I can't stop people from doing it. That's the other thing. But there are evil people out there who will do things for their own whim and their own fancy. And I don't want to be able to indulge them. I can't run away from it. It's like now, honestly, on my artwork, I don't know if people saw this, but I'll sign it. I'll put my signature on it. And then I'll also include down here, not for AI training. I've done my research. There is no way that I can stop people from stealing my artwork and using it for whatever or enhancing it for themselves. But I can do what I can do. That's the hard place that artists find themselves in right now, where it's like, if I don't post my artwork, people can't see my quality. They can't see my skill. They won't be able to hire me, or I won't be able to be hired because they don't know what I can do. And we can't live off of yesterday's victories. So the best that I can do is put a disclaimer or, you know, some kind of copyright or a watermark or something like that over there. At this current point in time, there is nothing that I can add to my picture that will allow it to not be used for AI rights or whatever editing. So you can only do what you can do, right? So I don't want to hide from the world. Evil people will do what evil people do. Moralist people will do what people do. I don't want to hide from the world, but I'm going to take my measures. You know, you see here, I got my face going here. And if somebody wanted, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could screenshot this, you could Photoshop my face over top of something else. And then you could actually just use this right here and then put it in an AI prompt and say, put her in a whatever. But that is a hard issue, but I'm not going to make it easy for you. Like you would have to, and that's the other thing too. I was watching Sam Does Art, and he was talking about that. Yeah, even people are complaining about, I'm one of those people where Grok makes it so easy. You literally just have a button that says, make this, turn this, use Grok to enhance this or whatever like that. Of course, people have been doing stuff like this for years with Photoshop, but you have to be really determined to do that, especially if you want it to look good. I've been there. Photoshop days. I've been there. I've done that. But the work and the time that goes into that. So there were fewer people doing and adding to this crisis than there are now, because now it's easy. It's literally right there on the screen for you on your phone, available, and it can happen in 30 seconds.
Hey, Phil, it's not the fact that if you put it over her face, it makes it better. It's the fact that she still said no for you to continue doing that. So just respect the artist's wishes. Do not take any photos or images of her if it's fun ideas, we understand it. And we're happy that you're being creative. But if the artist says no, if you're using her as a reference for this art piece or AI piece, not even art, please respect that. Move on with moving it. Find another thing, because how I did my drawing of me and Tabitha is the fact is that I have met Tabitha in real life. We have pictures together, and I was able to draw around it. And just it's not very accurate of how she looks.
Well, it's stylized. It's
stylized, but it's my own way of stylizing how Tabitha would be in this illustration. So just that's all we need to do is just respect it. Don't tweak around it, beat around the bush. Like, well, I still want to do it, but I'll go ahead and erase it. Well, you're still doing it of what you've asked. So regardless, it's the principle of respecting that wish. Yeah. But I also saw that Mo said here in the chat, said, Nomi, you got where was it? Oh, hey Nomi, Jess is now excited about the Texas chili. I want to make some now. Well, we could all make it at MegaCon. When we're all in Orlando. It'll be a good time because I did ask ABF and Jess and Hayden if we can all do a Texas style chili cook-off. Hayden makes his Texas style chili. I make my Texas style chili. And the judges would be ABF, Jess. Oh, obviously, Tabitha, you're invited to partake in this Texas style chili competition to see who makes it
I'll be a judge.
Yeah.
I've never made chili, so I'll be a judge.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see which one's better. Is it mine or is it Hayden's?
Yeah, there you go. And Moss restricts any any AI use with him involving mayonnaise.
Whoops,
Oh my
too late,
goodness.
Moss.
Yeah, exactly, Was. I use my own pictures for artwork. Yeah, 100%. I'm not saying I've never done that. Like, again, I didn't realize, like, it wasn't worded that way. And I think that's where I myself personally, if I might have a moment of opening up to the truth, where it's like, I didn't have a problem using filters before, but that's also because I was ignorant of
Mhm.
what that was and what that was like. We're in a very strange time frame now where we have to make weird decisions when it comes to our pictures and whatever like that. And yeah, it's a personal choice. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie. I've opened up to my chat before where I am in a personal debate when it comes to AI. Now, I still don't consider it artwork. There's no soul in this kind of stuff. You can put a lot of thought into something, but you didn't, it's a whole or whatever. But I have seen where it's beneficial as a tool, especially as a business. The problem is that it's like when it comes to business, it's always reflected around money and people are impatient. I think what makes me sad, AI, I wouldn't have a problem, I think, sort of, with AI being used for all these kinds of things if it wasn't stealing a part of our humanity. And when I say that, it's like we're not patient anymore for artwork. Do you know how easy it would be for me
Mhm.
whenever we're doing these memes and stuff like that to just use AI to
Yep.
make my pictures? And it's not like I've never been tempted before, but then I don't gain that skill, right? We're just so impatient anymore. And I think that's part of the issue that I have with AI is that we're just impatient and we're not
Mhm.
and we're losing skills and craftsmanship. In a nutshell, it's like, well, making AI to use pictures is not a bad thing, but when you dive deeper and then you realize what's being lost, it's like, oh, how sad. And
You're
what's interesting too is like for people like me who are maybe choosing to show their face less on certain platforms and whatever for whatever reason, as also I think stealing us away from some form of humanity because it's already hard enough for people to go out and meet people. We're not as socially, active anymore. And now we're having to cover our faces so we don't even know what each other look like. We're having to resort to avatars because we don't want people to know what we look like. It's like, wow, like what's happening? What is happening? What's happening?
you're essentially losing the soul from AI. AI takes it away. It strips it down.
Yeah.
And then it's just using your artwork as a vessel, technically.
Yeah, I'm seeing this more and more Spider Unlimited. Yeah, like as a not as a crutch because like even when I look for references for certain things, everything's AI,
Mhm.
and it just kind of you
You
know
guys may not know this, but Tabitha is AI.
I'm not even
So,
real. Actually, I'm
yeah.
actual intelligence. That's what it is. I actually know me. What do you think about this? Chat, let me know. There's a thing about being clickbaity that gets people's attention too. And that's just part of the game when it comes to social media, right? I was
Yeah.
thinking about when I post my pictures on my artwork on places like Twitter, especially because it's the most controversial, right? Um, to caption it made with AI and then put underneath of that actual intelligence.
Actually.
Just because it would get maybe more engagement. I don't know. I think that would be funny. I do also think, I have this theory too that when people make AI images, they don't make AI images of AI images. They don't take those images and then edit them. So I'm kind of wondering, like, what if I were to fool people, masquerade as if my artwork is AI, and then people won't mess with it as much because they think it's already reused, recycled material. Whereas for some reason, when you post something that is original, then they leave it alone. I don't know. I think there's a psychological something to that. So I'm thinking about doing that as just another protect. I'm not, but that's why I say I don't want to lie to people, but I think it'd be like a controversial clickbaity thing. And then also then having the caption underneath of it in the additional comment section where it's like, well, here it is. Here's the explained thing. AI is just getting started, in my opinion. I mean, you see it now where they're using it where I could be a dude if I wanted to on camera and it will mirror my step. We're losing reality. And that's why it's so important to make friends in the real world. That's why it's so important to have a hobby in the real world. That's why it's important that even people like Nomi and I, we meet each other in real life. We don't
Yes.
just rely on the internet. Yeah, Phil, you do you, man, with your stuff. Like you go get it. Like go get whatever you're doing to stand out and everything, as long in my opinion, as long as it's moral, do what you got to do. Like these are just my personal scruples. What about Photoshop memes? What about Photoshop memes? Yeah, actual attempts. It's true. It's true. You know, I don't want to be that person where it's like anything to get people's attention, but I do as a social media artwork person, I do need to get people's attention. I mean, that's the whole point. Not the whole point, but that's a big part of artwork is I want people to look at it. You know?
Yeah.
I want people to look at it. So, all right. I have, except for Chopper's outfit and backpack. Let's go. I want to be able to say, I did make his little gourd body, so that's my style. That's what I do with my chibis.
And
It's hard. It's hard, you know.
Chibis.
And you
Yeah,
know,
it is hard.
if you're not in this industry like what I am, you know, it might not be as difficult a decision for you to make. And that makes sense. That makes total sense. You know, there's decisions that are being made for architecture and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, I don't understand. It's the new. Why did you just do this? But it will take away from something, you know, in the architecture department. That's not my sphere. I don't understand it whatever. But you know what? That being said, I was actually, before Nomi derailed my stream and said, hey, can I come on?
You needed a little stress reliever. You're like, this is
Mhm.
happening. I was like, well,
That's
tell
true.
me more about
It's
it.
happening. It's happening. No, I was actually I was watching the recent video from Jazza, and he was talking about, and for those that don't know, he's like one of the leading artists here on YouTube. Amazing. Highly recommend. If you can get past the fact that he hates Donald Trump, not that all of his videos are about that, but every now and then he'll sneak it in there. Whatever. I just laugh because it's like you're on the other side of the world and you're obsessed with my president, and I don't even know who your president is. Whatever. Stay obsessed, bro. But anyway, and he was talking about AI and how as we as artists we're in this conflicting era of, do we progress with modern technology, or do we try to hold on to the artwork that is of the soul, you know, when it comes to painting and all this stuff, the stuff that takes longer, the stuff that doesn't get views, you know, where do we find ourselves in this mixture of new society, new culture? And you can watch his video to see what his answer is for stuff like that. But something that he was saying that it really touched my heart, because I wanted to share that with my viewers, my members, my patrons, is that you guys are the people that keep stuff like this alive. I don't know if you know that, but you are contributing to artists who do traditional, even digital artwork like what I'm doing here. Because I've made no bones about it. Even digital artwork is a bastardization of traditional art. But it is what it is. By the way, I finished that picture of Sevi and Fantastic. That should have a video up tomorrow, as well as the release of the image. And that took over 15 hours. Okay. 15 hours of my soul, but it was so fun and I learned a lot, and I can't wait to share it with you because it looks amazing. Just because again, I'm like, how did I do that? But if it's not for people like you who support artists like me and other artists as well, you are contributing to how do I word this? You're contributing to culture. You might not realize that, but we are, you know, here in America, you look at things that are stagnant and they're stale, and you look at the current architecture of the day, and everybody's like, where is the beautiful artwork? Where is the stuff that was of the soul, marble sculpting and all this kind of stuff, the stuff that took time and effort? Where is it? We're losing it. Everything is just for convenience, right? Even artwork is for convenience now. That's what I would say with AI. If you're going to call it artwork, it's just convenient.
Yep.
It's not.
It's fast food.
It's yeah. AI is the fast food of that, and so you're losing a societal pillar. People don't realize how much art impacts your everyday life.
Mhm.
And you are contributing to that e- existence, that continuation of promoting culture and talent and
Like,
skill level.
why would you want a Michelin 5-star restaurant when you can just go to Raising Cane's, right? Like,
I've
what
never been.
oh, the McDonald's to have the yellow dye 40 french fries,
Oh, yes, yes. Our
or just have,
favorite.
like, a microwave, because it's the convenience. You just get your
Mhm.
chicken nuggets or whatever is frozen meal, throw in the microwave for 2 minutes, and bam, you have an instant dinner. When you rather wait at a restaurant, like, it's gonna take 30 minutes, but the 30 minutes is worth it because that meat or whatever you order, say that protein, is gonna come out juicy, melt in your mouth, packed full of flavor, and it accompanies other little things like little accents in the drawings or actual architecture stuff. But in food, the little accents of like, oh, these are nice crispy Parmesan potatoes or something, or the
Mhm.
vegetables were nicely steamed, like it wasn't rubbery or gamey, and it just
And you don't feel like
really,
crap afterwards.
yeah. So why would you want to microwave? Whoops, I don't know what I just did. My art. Okay. Uh, why
Sorry.
would
I
you
know
want
that I
to?
know that feeling.
Why would you microwave some stuff when you can totally get food?
Well, and not only that, it's the
Mm.
experience too. I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that I don't like to, if I can help it. I say if I can help it. My preference, I really don't like looking at a menu for a restaurant before I go in. Because and I know that you don't want to waste money. Money is precious, but there's something about the enrichment of the experience, the uncertainty, the unknown. It's what keeps life interesting. If I go into a restaurant and I already know what's on the menu because I've just scanned the internet, do you know? Because I've heard some people, and again, to each their own. These are my personal preferences. But like if Nomi and I are going out for a dinner date, and where are we going on our dinner date, by the way?
When we're in Florida, I thought we
No,
were
just
going to
right now. If we're just
Chili's, or
all
well, we
right,
know Chili's. Let's.
all right.
You know what? How about the chocolate port, like that chocolatier porium that we were going to
Okay.
go? Let's go there because I've never been
Okay.
there.
All right. So say Nomi and I are going to the chocolate emporium. We haven't seen each other in a while. We got to catch up on what's happening in life and all this kind of stuff. And you're going there, and some people prefer to look at the menu so that they can just hurry up through dinner. They don't want to take time. They just want to look, grab and go. Well, kind of, in my opinion, that kind of takes away from the experience of looking over the menu, looking at your friend and being like, what do you think looks good to you? Or you look at the menu. Simple. I know it sounds like it's simple things that don't matter, but you'd be surprised if they do. You look at your menu and you're like, dear God, what is this word? And your
Yeah.
friend's like, I don't know. And then you try to pronounce it. Suddenly you're laughing and you're trying to make fun of another language, or you're learning what a new word is. And it just these little interactions, these experiences. So now we're at the restaurant. What happened to being at a restaurant for like 2 hours because you're just having fun, you're eating food, you're contributing to the business, but it's all about fast pace. Like they just want in and out, in and out. It's like, no, I want to go somewhere where it's going to be okay if I stay a little longer. Maybe I'll order dessert, 30 minutes after everything's been done. Like we've already eaten, we've been there for another hour. It's like, what if in a half an hour, like, hey waiter, we're gonna stay a little longer. I'm gonna get some extra fries. And yes, thank you. Dining versus eating. Like the experience of hanging out with one another, enjoying the experience instead of in and out. Like I already looked at the menu, I already know what I want. And you can do that. There's nothing that says that's wrong. That's not wrong. But I think that little things like that kind of take away from experiencing one another and fun and life. I love what Larry says. Yes, that's right. Supporters of artwork are supporters of artwork are contributors to the artistic ecosystem. That's right. Because what's interesting too is that Jazza was pointing out that we always look at like, oh, art and the divine people that came before us, like Da Vinci and Monet and all this kind of stuff. They were poor, a lot of them. They didn't have the money to do what they had to do. They had to be funded. So as I say sometimes too, but also like Jazza was saying, like we as artists, do you know that we kind of hate having to promote? We do. We hate having to promote ourselves. We hate having to sound like we're gimmickly. Oh, buy my artwork. Support the channel. Send me a super chat so I can keep doing that. You know that we hate doing that. We want you to love the art because we made it. It's pretty, whatever the message might be, but just like Da Vinci and all that stuff, they were funded by people. So the people who funded the artwork are just as important as the person who painted the Mona Lisa or the Sistine Chapel. So I just want to also I wanted to throw that out there to you as far as the viewers and the contributors hitting the like button, sending messages in the chat or even on the commenting on videos and shorts and stuff like that, and whether or not you're a Patreon member and this, that, and the third, you're all contributors to the artistic ecosystem. But anyway, yeah, so what do you think, Nomi? Like, if you are already knowing what's on the menu pre in advance, does it take away from the experience, or do you not care? Do you think that's not important?
No, I care for the experiences. Like, same thing. Like, how do you pronounce this word? What is this? And then also me as like, I've never seen or heard this word before. I'm gonna Google it, because if like the main thing, the other things are appealing to me, I want to try it, but that one thing is my contributing factor of not ordering it. Let me Google it. And if I Google it, it's like, oh, that actually sounds gross, I don't want to do it, and then
it's
I'll
snails.
Yeah, it's escargot. Well, I mean, I know what escargot is, but but there's I can't give you an example, but there's been times where I've been to places like, what is that?
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, and I don't want to order it, because like my thing is like, if I order it and I don't like it, I'm stuck with it. Yeah. And of course there's people like friends. I met this one guy. He was like a good friend of my brother. We went out to eat one time, and then I told him that, like, my reasoning for that. And he's like, if you don't like it, you can send it back. Cause like, but the thing is, I've already ordered it. It's right here in front of me, and I feel bad that I've wasted their
ingredients,
their product to serve me this, and I don't even like it. He's like, you can send it back and ask them if they can remove that one thing and add a different thing. It's like, you can do that? Like, I know you can do that, but I don't want to. And he did it, but he did it with such confidence. Like he wasn't even doing it with like to be rude. He's like, hey, excuse me, like just this one item here on this dish isn't what she likes. Could you just send it back and get her this other side dish, whatever? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're brave to do that. And they did it, and they didn't complain about it. But me, I was like, I would have just left it there, eat around it, and not touch it.
I didn't know you could do that. Like I mean, I knew that, but like years ago, I was like, I didn't know you do that. I figured it was kind of like mama's table,
Mm-hmm.
You eat it, you get what you get, and you like it, and you eat it. And if you don't
get
like
what you get,
it,
and you don't throw a fit.
Yeah, and you don't waste. And so I think sometimes those rules kind of hurt us as much as they help us. Some rules apply as you get older. No, it's for sure. One time I was out with someone and I got lobster bisque. I love me some lobster bisque. And as I was eating it, I'm like, this tastes like soap.
I've been there before.
And I felt bad because it had like truffle oil sprinkled on it. So obviously with truffle oil, it was more expensive. And don't waste food. Somebody else was going to buy the dinner for me. So I was like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to come across as rude or persnickety, ungrateful. So I'm eating this and I'm like, but this got to be so bad. I hardly ever do this. Even if I don't like the meal, a lot of times I'll finish it. But Nomi, this tasted like soap. And my only thought process of either the spoon or the bowl had some residue that was not cleaned off. Because I've had truffle oil and lobster bisque. It's never tasted. And then so we actually sent it back and they felt horrible and they got me something else or whatever the case was. And I'm like, oh, I don't know you could do this. But yeah, you learn these experiences going out, all this kind of stuff. And, the other thing is too, I think that we're afraid, especially in the first world country, everything's got to be perfect. If you kind of live with the idea that even though you're paying for it, but it's like, so you had a bad meal. You've just made a memory too. That's kind of the thing. Like life is not perfect. You're not going to always get what you want. And you take a risk. Did you enjoy it or did you not? Be like, hey, I got the lobster bisque with the truffle oil. I didn't really like it. I'll never order that again. That's not a bad thing. Actually,
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, obviously, it's not a good thing if you don't like your food. It's not a good thing if if there was soap in there. But as far as like the experience and part of life and hanging out, like it's not a bad thing. It's not the end of the world if your food doesn't taste good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do know
But
what you're saying.
it's just how it is. So what I hear you saying is that when you come to town, we got to go to the Chocolate Emporium. I've been there one time. It was good.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
we
would
gotta
like to
take
go to the Chocolate Emporium.
we gotta take Nomi to the Chocolate Emporium. All right.
Moss says, thanks for making me hungry, Nomi. Oh, you're welcome, Moss.
Always.
Ah, you're
Always.
so welcome. Oh, Moss, I thought of you yesterday morning. Since I'm still bedbound by medical stuff,
Bedridden.
bedridden. I was like, I'm gonna watch church online. But
Mhm.
I have a little bit strength to make myself a breakfast burrito. You know what I did, Moss? I made myself a breakfast burrito. I added the eggies, the bacon, the avocado jalapeno salsa. I made coffee. I had orange juice. It was like the greatest dish ever. And as I was biting into my breakfast burritos, like, man, I know I always tease Moss about breakfast burritos. He would really enjoy one right now. I bet wherever he's at.
Wherever he's at in life.
Where I know he's watching the movie and it can't disturb him. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't. That would just be rude. I mean,
Not even a breakfast burrito can distract him from Lord of the Rings.
no, it just would be disrespectful. It just would be.
Yeah. And I still laugh about when we were playing Fortnite the other day, and then I was like, yeah, sexy Lord of the Rings. They're like, it's already sexy. I like died laughing.
That was pretty. It's great. Yes, fantastic. And Spicy Gorgetta, you did. And many others have as well. Thank you for being part of the artistic ecosystem. Nomi has as well. She has.
Yes, I've done my contribute.
She has contributed. Yes, she has. Look
Yeah,
at that.
I have
There she
my
is.
contribution. Hello, there's me. Tabitha did that. If you need artwork, go to Tabitha.
Disclaimer though, I want credit to where it's due. The Nomi Without You was not done by me. That was done. Was that JT?
Yeah, that was JT.
JT. So I'd like to. I don't want to steal the. I did the background. I did the Chibi character, the play, all the other stuff. Just the Know Me Without You part. I didn't do that. So I want to.
Clarify.
Yeah, I 100% want to give credit where it's due. She had him make her little logo name thingy, and then she asked me to do hired Mixcus to do the rest. So
I did.
Yeah.
And then Moss, yes, the Chocolate Emporium is at City Walk, so we would have one of our little date. You and I still have an ice cream date, so I'm excited for
yeah, because Joe and I are gonna go with Raider because we weren't invited with you guys to go get ice cream. So.
Wait, I want to go with Raider with you guys.
It's too late. You settled for Moss. You settled for Moss.
What the heck?
You could have had a gift giving ninja.
Conversation?
You were there. We were playing like a game together, and you guys were making your ice cream date. And Joe was like, "I want ice cream," and then Raider said, "I'll take you." And I said, "I'm not invited to either one. Can I come with you, Raider?" And
Wait,
said,
no,
sure.
I'm gonna message him like, "Wait, you guys are gonna have ice cream, Raider?" No, I'm gonna message him like, "No, I want to go too."
Ninja. You're not allowed to come.
And then, but I also still want my ice cream date with Moss.
Sorry.
And then he says, "Settled."
That's right. It could have been with. It could have been.
I didn't settle. I also chose Moss. I didn't settle for Moss. Like Moss is, man. I'll be real honest with you guys. Like Moss is a real one.
He is. But
And
he's
now
no Raider. Sorry, Moss.
Because he doesn't have deep pockets, and it's okay. I love Moss for the way he is.
She's like, Moss is poor, and I love him.
I do love Moss.
No.
Because he is poor. He can't afford Dior because he is pure.
Phil, if you want to learn how to draw dinosaurs, I could make like maybe a tutorial on that, and you would just have to learn how to do Roman armor. But that would, I mean, if that's something that if other people, I used to do tutorials, but maybe I could do a live stream tutorial on how to draw dinosaurs. I'm just throwing that out there, so that I would love to encourage you to do your own artwork. That'd be fantastic. Fantastic. Soon. I don't know why Fantastic's getting so excited about something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nomi loves the pores. She does.
I do.
Jesus told us we should. Yeah, exactly. Moss can't even afford mayonnaise, which is why Sevi sent him the huge jar.
And-
But you know what? I would like to say, is Maria still out there? That instigator
Maria.
out there? Because
Moss on the kick side says, I have mayo for the next 30 years.
you do. But you know, your hair is gonna look great. Man, I'm hungry now. I really am. Nomi, let's go out.
Dude, yeah, let's go. Where do you want to go? Should we look at the menu before we get there?
No, I'm against it. It's my principles. No, we should go to the Chocolate Emporium. Like, if you can catch a flight over here. Well, actually, you know, you're bedridden. I'll just catch a flight out to where you are. And but you guys don't have the Chocolate Emporium.
We don't have a Chocolate Emporium, but we have real tacos.
Ew.
Let's see what else we have over here. Well, we have
Is that with the floppy taco, the floppy
yeah, we don't have like
tortillas?
good like cuisine over here. It's just like authentic Mexican food, which is
It's not good cuisine, it's just authentic. I love that. That
Well,
should
like-
be on a restaurant banner. Not cuisine, just authentic. I would eat there. I like that. Honesty.
well, the thing is, like in this area, if I go out of this area, the Mexican food is just weird, like completely weird to me. Even out like Albuquerque is only like a 3 or 4 hour drive. The Mexican food in Albuquerque is so different from down here in El Paso.
Fascinating.
Yeah. It's I don't know, it's just the way they prepare it and also the way that they use different ingredients it's the same thing like red rice or Mexican rice. It's just it tastes different. There's something about it. And then also I didn't know this is like a thing, but like, you know, New Mexico, I will agree, they take pride in their chili, like green and red chili, because Colorado's like, yeah, our green chili is the best. No, that's a lie. Colorado green chili, if you ever have an opportunity to eat it, ignore that. That is trash. It is dirt. You're literally eating dirt versus New Mexico green chili. You're eating
Fake news.
You're eating actual art. But I have a coworker, and then I can't remember what.
Wow,
Mexican
just
dish-
brag about your status. You know, some people don't have a job, Nomi, and now you're here like, I have a coworker.
Well, she's super sweet, and then she does a lot for me. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a lot for you because you do this for me when everybody else. And then yes, Alasia's right. Colorado green chili is 3D printed plastic. Colorado green chili is the AI of chili.
Wow.
Yes, it's fake.
Wow.
It's soulless. Has no life. Versus New Mexico green chili, there's soul, vibrant flavors. It's like fireworks for your mouth, literally, because it could
Ooh,
be
that
spicy.
sounds good.
But but there was one dish, I can't remember what I said, like, because I make it all the time for Christmas or something, and I told that to my coworker, and she's like, oh, like that's a southern New Mexico thing, not a northern. I was like, wait, what? And that sent me back. I was like, wait, I mean, I know New Mexico is a whole state in itself, and we take pride in green chili, but it has these chilies in it, like the green chilies. And she's like, no, like I didn't grow up eating it, so it's just weird to me. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't grow up eating this? This is like a staple Mexican dish growing up in a Mexican
Clearly
household.
not a true Mexican.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So, and then she's like, it's not something I don't enjoy. Like, if it's around and if I'm starving, I'll eat it, but like I don't like it. I was like, that set me
Wow.
back. So I'm like, okay, like you northern New Mexico thinks you're better than southern. That's fine with me. But so it's weird. Even like I said, if you go out of this region that I'm in, it's completely even Arizona's Mexican food 100% different than northern New Mexico and southern New Mexico. So I see Elijah, she says, me and Johnny have very different ideas on what makes a Mexican dish. The man does not know what bizcochitos.
I see Cheetos. That makes me happy.
You mean bizcochos? Alasia? You mean bizcochos?
I got really excited there because I'm like, what are Bisco Cheetos? I did not know that Cheetos were Mexican food. I love Cheetos. Alasia, what are you doing?
God flipping dang it. I know what you're talking about, Alasia. Bisco Cheetos? Like, I'm like, you mean bizcochos?
I could totally Bisco Cheetos, I think. Nomi, that's your next thing. We got to make the double the Nomi milkshake and then Bisco Cheetos.
A Bisco Cheetos.
I don't know what Bisco whatever it is, but can we make Cheetos that are flavored like Bisco something?
Bisco Cheetos?
Yeah. You know,
okay, and then that's
a great thing. You laugh now, but
Okay, and then Alicia, that is definitely a northern New Mexico thing because I know I know you meant bizcochitos, but here in the South we call it bizcochos, like just straight up bizcochos, not bizcochitos, because that's how my grandma from like actual Mexico who like migrated over here legally, no, I don't know what you said, bizcochos. Bizcochos are the cookies of
She's like, what the
bizcochitos.
freak is that? What is the freak?
So
is
and that's what I'm talking about, like the divide of northern and southern New Mexico. Because northern thinks they're all high and mighty with their nose in the air because they have Santa Fe and Albuquerque, which is totally crime ridden, versus like people here in the southern New Mexico who are so humble and like, yeah, we're okay, we're laid back. She's like, yeah, I never heard of that. Wait, Alasia, you're from northern New Mexico. You don't know what bizcochitos are?
No, clearly, because she likes Cheetos.
Alasia, that is so surprising. You don't know what bizcochitos are.
Are you saying that Alasia? Wait. Are we saying that Nomi has her nose in the air and Alasia doesn't, or that Alasia?
Oh, she's like, no, I didn't know what yours is.
Oh.
So yeah, I just call it bizcochos.
Bizcocho.
Yeah. So I've described this to you before, Tabitha. It was during your Christmas art party when we had Dr. Rachel on. And so bizcochos are Mexican cookies that are covered in cinnamon sugar. So it's like shortbread cookies. And then yes, Alasia, they're the same cookie.
I don't know that I want to eat a sweet Cheeto. Never mind. That sounded like it would be a really dynamic savory dish, but now I'm like, forget it. Forget it. Alasia, look what you've done.
Okay,
got my hopes.
It's funny you say that about a sweet Cheeto because in Korea there are such things as sweet Cheetos.
Of course, because China, Korea, all these places, they put whatever flavor they want on anything. It's
yeah. And so yes, Alicia, they are the same cookie. Bizcochitos are bizcochos. Bizcochos are bizcochitos. I just call them differently.
she's unique. She's special.
But it's still the same delicious Mexican shortbread cookie covered in cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, I'm less interested now. So thanks for that.
But Johnny introduced me to horchata. Yes, horchata is really good, but you have to find someone who makes it delicious because I've had some yucky horchata before and like, this is just and then also for me, horchata has to be crispy, like ice crispy cold.
Okay,
not like
horchata because Starbucks made horchata, lattes or whatever a while ago, and that's the only experience I have. It's made with rice or something, but like, what is it?
It's rice water. It's sweet rice water with cinnamon sugar. Yeah, obviously, and milk. Sweet rice water with milk, cinnamon sugar. So think of just like boiling rice, and then there's still like the porridge side of rice, and it's still liquidy. So you blend that up. We boil it with milk, and then you put in your spices like cinnamon mainly is it, and then you can drink it like that, or you can just have it as like the porridge. You can add the raisins, the pecans in it. You can just finesse it however you like.
Yeah.
Alasia, it's too sweet for me. I don't have a massive sweet tooth, and that's perfectly fine because I know a lot of people who aren't. I'm not a sweet tooth person, but if it's there, I'll enjoy myself a little treat. But there are like you have to have a balance with horchata because I rather have like more of like the milk rice flavor versus the sugar in it. I want to taste more of the cinnamon than the sugar. And then Cavatano says, try asking someone how to make adobo. You will get different recipes. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Okay, so like I love Jessica Lindstrom last night. She was making Texas style chili. And I'm like, I'm gonna watch it because I'm Texas and I make my own chili. And then she showed me like what she added in. I was like, that's a very different take on authentic Texas style chili. And it's funny because ABS like, well, the recipe did say authentic Texas style chili. I was like,
they always say that for the clicks,
like
easiest cookie recipe, authentic but not cuisine.
Yeah.
Tacos.
Yeah, like you can just slap the word authentic and it means nothing to me, honestly.
Nothing.
But like she was telling me she put in coffee too. It was like coffee.
She put her chili in coffee?
No, she put coffee in her chili.
Oh.
Like coffee ground. Coffee ground.
I've seen where they put like, was it like fish or like a steak? You can have a coffee rub.
Yes, you can have a coffee rub, but in Texas, that's like so weird as a binder. Like using coffee for chili is such a weird binder. So I mean, Texas, we take pride in beer. I don't use beer in mine, but I've had chili where they have put beer in it and it's good. The awesome thing about it is like alcohol dissolves when you cook it. So you're not really getting
You mean
drunk off of-
evaporate?
yeah, dissolves, evaporates.
It's a difference.
There is a difference. But
Science.
you're not really tasting the alcohol, but you're tasting like the barley, the yeast in the beer to make it like really, like, it sounds weird, but like earthy tasting in the chili.
Oh, yeah. DL says, I wish I would quit. We would quit talking about food because I'm doing a prep for colonoscopy. Sorry.
Well, drink Gatorade. Sorry.
I'm sorry. You know that if Nomi's here, we're going to talk about food. I mean,
Yeah,
why
we are.
wouldn't he? It's one of God's greatest gifts to mankind.
It is. But yeah, no, I'd rather go to you, Tabitha, because I'm like, oh, at least you have K-pop
You have
or K-pop,
everything.
K-hot
Ramen.
pot and ramyeon.
We're going to treat most to ramen. There's some really great ramen around here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've kind of got this other horn. I could be wrong. Because sometimes it happens. But part of me wants to know if this reference that I'm looking at was made with AI, because it's a really beautiful picture and it looks like it could be, hand created. But the way that the antler is positioned is really bizarre to me. And I don't know enough about chop. I'm looking at some other references and it could possibly be the way it is. But I think this is where anime versus AI comes into a strange conundrum, because in anime artistry, there are a lot of physics and anatomy, a lot of science is being broken, right? For creative liberty, to make something work, even though it's not accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking, so let me show you guys my reference, and we're about done here, but all right. Let me know your thoughts. So if you see on this guy over here, you see his, my mouse is not showing up. Okay. If you look at the antler that's on the right side, our right side, you'll notice that it's in front of the hat, even though his head is turned this way. So essentially it would be like my headset would be in front of my hair, is this idea. And that would not be correct. But I'm also looking at some other artwork that look like they're from the show, and it looks like his antler is kind of coming forward in front. It's hard to, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it might just be a stylistic choice, because actually it wouldn't, I don't know. I'm a little bit not, the other thing is too, I don't know everything about everything, just a little bit of a lot, but I'm still learning, and in my artwork and everything like that. But I could be, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Nermi, about the science behind it all?
What's the science behind it all? I did see that reference picture that you're talking about, that it looks like it's AI. I think it is AI. It just looked too brightened for an artist to leave that design on there.
Some people do that. I know that they'll incorporate, like, they have like this lens flare, what is it called? Chromatic aberration. They'll kind of do stuff like that to create, whatever. But I'm trying to see if I can find like the artist, if they have it. This is on some, I'm looking at the rest of this artwork, and it's possible. It says related. There's no listing of an artist. So you would have to really study it and look really cool. I mean, like, that's another thing where we're saying, like, this is a really cool looking piece, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, something that made me think that it was AI originally was the strap, like what I have going on right here. There was something about it that's throwing me off, but again, it's like, I don't know, it could be a stylistic choice. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because Staccato JDS with the whimsical teeth has gifted 10 Dreaming Tabitha live memberships to the beautiful, wonderful people that are part of the Dream Stream, and I know exactly what he wants to hear.
Stomp, stomp, roar, roar. Let's dance like dinosaurs. Stomp, stomp, roar, roar.
We haven't heard that wonderful tune that goes so well with any occasion in a while, and I appreciate you, Staccato. Thank you for helping out today to support the artistic ecosystem and help fund the Raccoon Island or the help Tabby. Oh dear God, help Tabitha and Nomi.
Go to Raccoon Island.
Eat maybe we'll try cuisine instead of authenticity or
Okay.
oh, we've got another more everything.
Whoa.
Or I wonder if oh, he said replay. Okay, I wasn't sure if he was just sending 10 at a time because he was like, I want to hear the fried chicken. But he has said I wanted the replay. So there you
Replay.
go.
More dinosaurs.
I
Do another.
know. More everything, more dinosaurs.
If you want
Some
to hear it again, do another 10 gifty.
That's right. 20 for fried chicken. That's just how it works around here. Um, you posted your art for today for the love of chili. I'm excited to see what that is. We are going to be closing down the stream. Tell Maria, shout it from the rooftops, post it on Twitter, tag her on the gram, whatever the case might be. But we finished a chopper drawing today. He's not colored. I just said can I draw him in one stream? And the answer is yes. Part of that reason is because Nomi Without You was here to take over and help out and let me concentrate. Appreciate it. Nomi, are you free tomorrow morning for a brush hour?
I am free tomorrow morning.
Oh my gosh. Well, then we might just need to do it because we like having Nomi around for Hot Take Tuesdays. So for what you might not know is today is Makeover Monday. And so if you go over to the Patreon stream, if you are a member of Patreon, and shameless plug, the disgusting plug that all artists have to do. Sorry. But there's going to be new videos posted for members. And if you are on the lowest tier level, you have access to the Makeover Monday session where 30 minutes after this stream, if you have some artwork that you would like me to look over and give you my advice, my educated advice, my experience, and how to elevate your artwork, I'll be happy to do that. I'll be live in the chat. It's not a video. It's just a chat room. I'll be live in the chat room to give you my 2 cents worth of how you can elevate your artwork to the next level. Sometimes it's just a tiny tweak. Sometimes it's just a little thing here and there that you've never thought about or noticed before. But yeah, I'll be live over there to talk about art and how to help you fix whatever you need, a little bit of inspirational guide, but for free members. You could always post your artwork, no critique, no judgment, unless asked for, in the Artist Alley section. And then, like I said, for YouTube members and for the patrons as well, we're going to be releasing some videos. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Exactly. Pennies for Tabitha's thoughts. Oh, that sounds like a whole other segment, doesn't it? And then, yeah, tomorrow is Hot Take Tuesday. We will be back. You guys are going to see the artwork that I finished with Sevi. Going to have new videos available. Members are going to get it first, but then we will be revealing it to all. And I'm super excited. Nomi, besides, healing and hiccuping, do you have anything that's going on in your life?
I think I'm going to go ahead and start, but maybe before today, before I go into Moonskull tonight, I will probably go live and do Lord of the Rings.
Lord of them rings.
Lord of them rings.
Are you going to accomplish the goal, or are you going to kick down the ladders?
Kick down those ladders.
You're
I'm
going to
gonna
kick
make
butt
those
and take
ladders who's
names?
boss. Yeah.
Okay.
So
you
I probably will do. I will stream that, and then if I do stream that, I will tweet it out an hour before I go live. Like, come watch me. But yeah, just follow me on X at Nomi Without You, and then where you can see me play those games is Kick Nomi Without You, and then YouTube Nomi Without You play. Come through.
I don't have all that. Hang on. I best I got is Kick. Sorry, got to do your own.
It's okay. It's okay. I totally understand.
It's best I got.
It's okay, Alicia. I would love to see you there.
Yeah, you let me know.
I
will lurk and work on the stuff.
Lurk and work.
Crack a lackin'. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you for contributing to the artist ecosystem. You all are loved and favored. I don't know if you were here earlier, Staccato, when we were talking about how important people like you are that help fund artistry, because even though I'm doing it digitally, art ain't cheap. and it's just an encouragement. It's like people want more real artwork. So you're doing so many different things to contribute to the ecosystem of art, culture, society, skills, interpersonality, relationships. Fancy word here for hanging out. And so I appreciate you. Thank you. Yes. You're in line for washing my office right now. You are inspired. Oh, that's right. Today's Motivation Monday. I'm so stupid. That's the other thing too, is that before we head out, Nomi, has there been anything that happened last week that just motivated you into this week?
Yes, because you want to know why? Today is also of someone having a dream. And that dream of artists and cooks hanging out together and developing the same dream, and that is art. I have a dream. I really do have a dream.
She's like, what it is, I don't remember. I forgot to write it down, but it's there.
I was about to say it. I have this dream, and then because being bedridden and just kind of going my thoughts and journaling and drawing, looking out my window, I was like, I feel inspired to do a garden. So later today, as my little outing, because I have some strength to leave and I do need to get out of the house, I've asked my mother if she can take me to a greenery so I can look at the flowers and the pretty roses that are blooming, so I can get fresh air, a little bit of plant therapy, and also probably look at seedlings of what I can start like sprouting now so I can plant them. So that is my dream, is starting a little garden in my backyard.
You have motivated me. I used to have a garden when I still lived at home, and I loved it. That was like my happy place. It's where I learned about God. It's where I just hung out. You know what? You've motivated me. I'm gonna look into it. It's a little bit chilly here in Florida for starters, I think. It's cold. It is. It's actually really cold. But I do have my avocado plants, but maybe I need to start a fairy garden. And that would be I love fairy gardens. Thank you, Nomi, for that motivational message. I might need to do that. I forgot how much I loved. Gosh, that used to be such a hobby. I forgot how much I loved gardening. I've become so busy with everything that I forgot the hobbies that I enjoy. And you know what? Like we said earlier, it's so important, as they say, to touch grass, talk to the flowers. It's good therapy. My motivation was, you know what? Nomi's inspired so much. I don't even remember what my motivation is. Oh, I finished an art piece, the one with Sevi and Fantastic, and I saw how good it is. Now, that's not to say that I'm the most amazing person, but it's more of like my motivation for continuing my artwork was just to see how far I've come. I was like looking at the coloring, the line work, the special effects that I've added to it. I'm like, holy crap, this has motivated me to just do better and better. And, but I don't know. I feel like that's just not as good as a garden at this point. And Phil, Chibi cookie cutters. I'm in talks with somebody about some Mary Mossmas cookie cutters. Look, I know Christmas is over, but that's okay. It's okay because, moss for all occasions. There's no wrong reason to have a moss cookie. You could decorate. We could decorate them for St. Patrick's Day. Naomi, I'm on it.
Let's go.
You have a dream. I also I have a dream that little cheeses of all types will one day not be looked down upon for their stinkiness. I don't know. I mean, they do stink. So, it is what it is. But speaking of I have a dream, Hot Take Tuesday about that particular situation tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look out, because I'm coming for the dream.
If I was watching this video, I would like it. I would like the video, and I would probably subscribe because this is so thoroughly entertaining and also well executed.